For over 100 years, the Butler County Humane Society has cared for and placed into loving homes the area's abused, neglected, and abandoned animals. Our No-Kill initiative was started in 2000 with a commitment of the board, our staff, and our community. As we are a non-profit, non-tax supported facility, the BCHS is dependent on private donations for survival. We hope you enjoy this episode of Critter Corner and bring your entire family to visit us here at the Butler County Humane Society.
Despite getting up there in age, 10-year-old Sochi has tons of spunk and many years to go. A favorite among volunteers, she is one of a kind, quirky, outgoing, and a lover to everything and everyone. Looking for nothing more than a few walks and pats on the head, Sochi is laid back most of the time, content with sniffing around on her own or lounging by your side. Since she gets along well with all ages, cats and other dogs, Sochi would do well in any home. At 1 year old, White Toe is still figuring out who he is. At times, he can be reserved and a little shy, taking his time coming out of his shell with a new face, while at other times, he is an assured, purring kitty. Regardless of his mood, he is obviously appreciative of your affection, and it shows through his big, bright eyes. In order to help his confidence to continue to grow, White Toe would do best in a home with older kids, but would do well with other cats. Quiet and gentle, 4-year-old Joshua is one that enjoys the simple things in life. A leisurely walk, a scratch behind the ear, a comfortable spot to take a short snooze. The list goes on. While he is fairly low energy, there's one thing that excites him: meeting new people. Once he sees your face, he'll wag his tail happily and bounce around the room in excitement. Joshua would do best in a home with older or calmer kids and no cats, but has some potential to get along with other dogs. At 1.5 years old, Dapple is still a petite little girl, but she has a big, welcoming heart. The best word to describe this girl is sweet. She will greet you with the cutest of meows and begin to rub on your leg, hoping for some affection in return. She does the same with other animals and has had many kitty companions, even helping a few nervous ones come out of their shells. Though mostly outgoing, she can be startled from time to time when too much activity is going on around her. Due to this, Dapple would do best with kids on the calmer side. Her name may be Sassy, but this 6-year-old girl is all sweetness. Easygoing, she doesn't mind keeping herself occupied. When left alone, she finds a comfortable spot to lounge, but when you're around, she'll want all your attention for petting. Sassy would be well suited for most homes, with or without kids, as long as you are okay with her not being such an active player. She also gets along well with some other dogs and potentially cats. 8-year-old Angie came to the shelter as a stray with a wound on the top of her ear. After it was obvious it wasn't going to heal properly, the tip of her ear had to be removed. However, Angie has no problem still strutting her stuff, drawing in as much attention as she can welcome by welcoming you with a big, bold meow. Her affectionate and even temperament makes her well suited for a home of all ages, though she would prefer to be an only cat. If you are thinking about donating some items to the shelter, here are some items the animals currently need. Grain-free dry and canned dog foods that are fish-flavored or venison-flavored, dry kitten food, dry adult cat food, dry adult weight control cat food. Barely over a year old, Leona still behaves just like a young puppy. Loving nothing more than to romp and play, she is a very active and energetic dog. Her favorite activity is keep away, with most any toy or a good game of tug. She has even been seen trying to catch the red dot from a laser pointer. Due to her spunk and size, she should be an only animal in a home with kids over 13. Surrendered to the shelter when her family could no longer keep her, 3-year-old Angel has taken her time transitioning into her new lifestyle. While she was uncertain of what to do at times, it is obvious she was a well-loved family pet who has plenty of love to give to her new family. One look into her expressive eyes and you are sure to be hooked. With the help of staff, volunteers, and a couple cat companions, Angel has come out of her shell and shown everyone that she has everything it takes to be a happy, content house cat once again, fitting well into most homes. Having hip dysplasia and arthritis in his back legs hasn't slowed down 9-year-old Kyle much, especially since he's now being well taken care of. He thoroughly enjoys leisurely walks and is often seen romping around in the kid pools outside, or even laying down in one to cool off on the hotter days. He also still loves tennis balls and will play short games of fetch with you. Kyle would fit well into most homes, with or without kids, just as long as they are as gentle with him as he is with them. At 7 years old, Keela arrived to the shelter as a stray with a badly infected eye that had to be removed. However, this hasn't dampened her mood or sweet disposition, and is as friendly and happy as can be. Sharp and entertaining, Keela is always seen using her front paws to interact with her surroundings, likely due to her polydactyl claws. She gets along well with her fellow felines and children, making her suitable for most homes. At 1 year old, Sapphire was surrendered to the shelter with her sister when her owner could no longer care for them. Understandably shy and nervous at first, she has made great strides in confidence and is much more receptive to the attention she receives from new faces. However, she is still most comfortable around those she knows well, making her best suited to a home with older kids, but would do well with most other animals. After arriving as a stray, it was obvious Warren needed some medical attention. His eye was hazed over and he had a large wound on the side of his neck. Obviously thankful for the great care he received, Warren has spent every day reminding staff and volunteers how much he appreciates their help and compassion. He will purr and trill for everything, a gentle cheek rub, a bowl of food, even a nail trim. With such a loving disposition, he would fit well into almost any home. Ready and raring to go, 1-year-old Rusty has energy to spare. Despite being active, running and chasing toys to his heart's content, he is also a true lover, leaning into you with all his weight while getting an ear rub or neck scratch. From time to time, he also believes himself to be a lapdog, wanting to be as close to you as possible. Due to his rambunctious nature and overall size, Rusty is best suited for a home with older kids. A big boy with an even bigger heart, 2-year-old Oliver draws all your attention due to his size. However, it's his charm and captivating personality that keeps your attention. Bold and obviously comfortable with his surroundings, Oliver marches around like he owns the place, greeting everyone around one at a time. Expecting nothing but the best, he would fit well into any home that will give him the same attention and affection he's sure to give to you. Maturing years at 8, Elroy's activity level may not be as it once was, yet he still has plenty of pep left. He is frequently seen running around the yards with his current canine companion, proving that his age can't slow him down too much. But his true appeal lies in his disposition, as it is next to impossible not to fall in love with his quiet sweetness and happy hound face. Elroy would likely fit well into most homes, with or without other pets and kids. The Butler County Humane Society is currently housing kittens of all colors and sizes. Not only is their exterior different, but their interior is as well. Each has his or her own unique personality that makes them one of a kind. Some may be shy and sweet, preferring nothing more than a welcoming lap, while others have a seize-the-day mentality, daringly climbing and jumping any available surface. Stop by and meet some of our kittens looking for their new forever homes. Join us from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on September 13th for our Books for the BCHS Used Book Sale. We've got a large selection of gently used books from a variety of genres that will be available for the following prices. Paperback books are 50 cents, hardcovers $1, mystery bag of books by genre $5, and for $10 you will be able to fill a BCHS tote bag with as many books as you can carry. We also have some books and reading themed Chinese auction baskets, as well as a rabies clinic from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We hope to see you there. A bundle of energy with an enormous personality, 2-year-old Rosalie is sure to win you over after only a few moments with her. Nicely balancing out her energy, she is intelligent and eager to learn, is an excellent fetcher, and already knows several basic commands. A gorgeous girl inside and out, Rosalie would fit well into most homes, but may be slow to warm up to some men and kids, but doesn't mind canine companions. With 2 kittens in tow,
3-year-old Jovi has already seen her babies get adopted and is now patiently waiting for her turn. As would be expected of a mother, she is calm and relaxed, taking everything in stride. At times, she can be reserved, watching and pondering before making a brash move. Due to her quiet nature, she doesn't always want to interact with other cats, but could adjust to a family with a feline.
A true lover at heart, 4-year-old Brittany has overcome much in her life. After arriving to the shelter as a stray with wounds across the back of her neck, she was understandably nervous with new people. But thanks to the devotion of staff and volunteers, Brittany has left that past behind and greased the future with kisses and tail wags. The only thing this girl loves more than frisbees are tennis balls. Once in a home, Brittany is likely to show off her fetching skills, then curling up with you on the couch for cuddles and quiet time. She would do best in a home without young kids or other pets, as she prefers all the attention to be on her. Starting off shy and a bit rebellious, 3-year-old Cody didn't know what to make of life at the shelter initially. However, thanks to the dedication of staff, he has truly turned a corner and has become one of the most loving cats around. He has even helped a few other nervous cats come out of their shells. Cody gets along well with other animals, dogs, and fellow felines alike, and wouldn't mind sharing his home with kids either. 8-year-old Amelie came to the shelter as a stray and is slowly but surely adjusting to the new routine. Though she seems to have an aversion to the men of the building, taking to them at a sluggish pace, she has little problem liking the women, instantly jumping into their laps and making herself at home. However, with a little patience, staff is sure she will come to love her male companions just as much. Amelie would fit best into a home without kids, but has the potential to get along with some other animals. Craig was one of 7 stray cats rescued from the Butler area by a compassionate woman, all of which started off rather shy and uncertain. Soon, staff was able to see their individual personalities. Now 3 years old, Craig still takes a few moments to warm up, but has been known to hop onto your lap whenever he is in the mood for some lovin', once he is comfortable with you. Not one to cuddle too much, he would do best with kids over 5, but would love the companionship of another pet, especially another playful cat to match his personality. 3-year-old Kelsey instantly won over staff and volunteers with her stellar personality and exuberant tail wag. A friend to all ages, she soaks up every drop of attention that you give her, obviously appreciative of the time you're spending with her. With kids, she happily and gently romps around and follows around adults, curious of what you're doing, while hoping for a pat on the head. Kelsey would fit well into any home without cats. A dainty girl with a huge heart, 4-year-old Betty is a lover to all. Her disposition is as soft as the fur of her coat, approaching you gently, waiting for you to say hello. While she enjoys playing every now and then, she would much rather pass her time getting attention from you. Seeming to like other animals, Betty would be excellent companion for other cats, as she has had a few feline friends since arriving to the shelter. She would also do well with most ages of kids due to her easygoing attitude. Leroy arrived to the shelter as a stray at about 8 years old. As soon as he arrived, he stole the hearts of staff with his upbeat and enthusiastic personality. It appeared as though he was simply happy to see and be around people, and that hasn't changed since. If you're looking for a boy that will be excited just to have you around, then Leroy is your man. Due to his overall disposition and easygoing nature, Leroy would fit well into most homes, with or without kids and other pets. At around 1 year old, Callie has gone through much in life. Despite previously having a home, she had to be surrendered to the shelter when her family could no longer give her the care she deserved. At first, she didn't respond well to the transition, but now she has come to love her shelter companions and is a vibrant, spirited young cat waiting for a new family. Callie would fit best in a home with kids over 7, but enjoys the company of most pets, felines and canines alike. Meet Deb Zarnick. Though Deb just started volunteering at the beginning of August, it wasn't her first time helping out here at the shelter. Originally taking her volunteer training several years ago, Deb has rejoined our team already savvy to the ins and outs of the shelter. It certainly is evident that she is dedicated to her time spent at the shelter, and in the few weeks that she's been back, she's been an immensely valuable part of our volunteer team. Helping out at several events just since the start of the month, Deb is reliable and outgoing, perfect for talking to others about the work we do here at our facility. Friendly, trustworthy, and compassionate, it's not hard to smile when Deb is around. On behalf of the staff and critters here at the Butler County Humane Society, we'd like to say thank you for all you do. Arriving at the shelter with massive hair loss and an understandably nervous attitude, 5-year-old Maddie had a rough time fending for herself as a stray. Thankfully, she merely had a flea allergy that was easily treated. She also quickly overcame her nervousness and is now an outgoing, lovable girl who gets so excited to see you, her body wags along with her tail. Maddie would fit well into most homes, but is choosy about her canine companions. Originally a skinny stray kitty, 2-year-old Franca has settled into the pampered life at the shelter. With an obvious love of food and cat treats, she has packed on quite a few pounds, but that just means there's more of her to be loved. Looking for a home that will continue to treat her to the finer things in life, Franca will reciprocate the affection with contented purrs and meows. In order to preserve all your attention for herself, Franca would prefer to be the only cat in a home, with kids over 6. Still very much a puppy at 7 months old, Monty is hanging on to a few puppy behaviors, making him best suited for a home with kids over 10 and no cats. However, he is looking forward to showing you what a good boy he can be. Exuding excitement upon your first meeting, he will settle down fast, turning into a bit of a cuddle bug. He already knows a few basic commands and will quickly pick up more. Once you meet Monty and see his cute charm, it will not be hard to take him home. Although 8-year-old Maya was surrendered to the shelter from the home she's known for the better part of her life, the change of scenery doesn't have her down in the least. Quite affectionate and extremely social, Maya will rub on your leg in greeting, enthusiastically meowing the whole time. Though she doesn't seem to enjoy the companion of most other cats, she doesn't seem to mind the company of any and all humans, adults and kids alike. After being adopted as a puppy, Trigger is now 7 years old and back at the shelter, due to his owner's inability to care for him properly. Upon arrival, he had no fur whatsoever and had several sores on his skin. Now a beautiful boy once again, Trigger is eager to show you how wonderful he is on the inside. A lover to the core, he enjoys the simple things in life: ear and belly rubs, good food, and your welcoming face. He would do well with some kids and cats. A big boy with a personality match, 3-year-old Grover can't wait to meet you. In fact, he's so eager, he will start to dig at his cage door to get out as soon as you lock eyes with him. Once out and about, he instantly begins to rub on your legs in hopes of some returned affection. With such a friendly and outgoing personality, Grover would make a devoted addition to most homes. As a senior dog, 8-year-old Okie knows exactly how he wants to spend the last half of his life, with plenty of TLC, R&R, and a welcoming lap to snooze on. Though he enjoys lounging around for a good portion of the day, Okie is more than happy to play with toys. He's even been seen throwing them around for himself during his kennel break behind the front desk. Due to his age and desire to go at his own pace, Okie would do best in a home with kids over 13. 2-year-old Esther started off her stay at the shelter with her best foot forward. Right off the bat, she was friendly and affectionate with staff and has continued to be so with volunteers of all ages. At first, she didn't seem to enjoy the company of other cats, but has made some improvement, leading staff to believe she wouldn't mind sharing her new home with some other animals or kids. Gentle and quirky, 4-year-old Maybelle is sure to keep you entertained with her bubbly disposition and quiet ways. Whether she is lounging around or up and moving, her interests are a joy to watch. She especially likes playing with stuffed toys and does well with kids of all ages, being very accepting of their attention and desire to play. Maybelle has the potential to get along with some dogs, but cannot go to a home with cats. Adopted and returned when his owner could no longer afford him, Jackson has found himself in the market for a new home once again. Often attempting to act stately, he frequently blunders the attempt, tripping while trying to jump into a chair or giving in to his playfulness in a quick burst of energy by chasing after a string or piece of fuzz. Though he seems to be embarrassed afterwards, it's clear he enjoys everything in life and it's enjoyable to watch. Jackson would fit well into most any home. After arriving as a stray, 1-year-old Zira was understandably scared and uncertain. However, she instantly took to one of the staff members and was a bouncy, outgoing girl that plays, gives kisses, and thinks she's a lap dog. Although she didn't respond the same to everyone that way, she has made great strides with everyone and is coming out of her shell more and more each day. Since she still has a way to go, she needs a home with no kids under 13. Gretchen came to the shelter as an adolescent cat and has grown into quite the charmer. Now around a year and a half old, she is a self-assured young lady. Having a touch of lap cat in her, she doesn't mind being picked up and held. In fact, she often doesn't want to be put down and will cling to your shoulder, purring all the while. Gretchen does well with other cats and kids and may be okay with some dogs. Wiggly and attentive, 3-year-old Reba is still young at heart. Always learning and eager to please, she has mastered most of her basics since arriving as a stray and has taken on several show tricks. This happy girl will do about anything for a cookie, but her true appeal lies in her ability to love you with everything she has. Once she knows you well, she is a loyal friend for life. Reba can be rather active, often seen chasing jolly balls in the yard, making her best suited for a home with older kids so she can let loose and play. When Ivy first arrived at the shelter as a stray kitten, she was taken into foster care where she was nursed back to health and grew into a hardy cat. Now 3 years old, she is seeking a home that will allow her to adjust on all her terms since she was adopted in return for hiding too much after a short period of time. If allowed a little bit of space and understanding, she will soon be hugging your shoulders, headbutting your chin, and giving kisses on the cheek. The Elizabeth Taylor of the Butler County Humane Society may not be as glamorous as the movie star, but she's still quite the looker. At 1 year old, she still has some of her kitten attitude left. Whenever she's out of her cage, she likes to roll around on the floor, soaking up the attention she receives from her theatrics. An outgoing girl who seems to enjoy the spotlight, Elizabeth Taylor is a star that would fit well into most homes. Around 2 years old, Clooney still has all the energy of a puppy. Bold and outgoing, he is always on the move, looking for the next activity to dive headfirst into. While he has an obvious desire to play with other dogs, he mainly likes to roughhouse and is one of the fastest around. But he is also very interested in people, frequently seeking out your attention or looking for you to play. Clooney would do best in a home with older kids, but wouldn't mind sharing one with some other pets. Still young in age, 1-year-old Mary seems to have an old soul. Not much of an active kitten, she prefers to seek out your attention. From time to time, she still acts her age and chases around anything with feathers, though she would rather have a welcoming lap that she can hop onto for a cheek massage or pampering brush. Mary would still do best in a home with older kids due to her occasional kitty diva moments when she wants some time to herself. 1.5-year-old Ashley has matured into a spunky young lady with a love of playing and socializing. She will greet you as soon as she sees you by calling out with a meow and by reaching out her paw through her cage door. Once out of her cage, she shows a lot of interest in what's going on around her in a friendly, outgoing manner, making her well suited for most homes. Our next rabies clinic is September 13th here at the Butler County Humane Society from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. If you bring a copy of your pet's current rabies vaccination, you are eligible to receive a 3-year rabies vaccination rather than a 1-year shot. Regardless, all rabies shots are $10 apiece. Microchips will be available during the clinic at the discounted price of $15 per chip. Your pet must have a current rabies vaccination with the rabies certificate present to receive a microchip. Felice came to the Butler County Humane Society as a stray. Staff discovered that she was already spayed, so she must have once been part of a family. While no one knows how she ended up on her own, she's moving forward and looking for the perfect home. During her stay at the shelter, she has understandably become picky with her people after seeing so many come and go, but she can be as nice and loving as the next cat if she approves of you, though since she can show some catitude now and again, she would do best in a home with older kids. Originally named Noelle, this 5-year-old girl was returned with the new name Molly when her owner couldn't keep her. Molly is often overlooked due to her quiet nature, but she is one of the most affectionate cats around once given a little time to adjust to new faces and environments. From her previous home, it's known that she gets along well with other animals, cats and dogs alike, but can be shy around strangers, especially kids.